Face It TV, we are here with ECS. We're here with the NA side of things. Of course, we've already seen map 1. TSM didn't really show up in it, it has to be said. Had a few moments, but a lot of the time it just looked like LG were in complete control.
Yeah, nothing really too scary for LG going into the second matchup. I don't think they had a pretty dominating performance with a 12-3 half. It eventually kind of got a little easier for TSM as they picked up a few rounds after getting the second pistol. But apart from that and a couple of anti-ecos, it was a one-sided match. Yeah,
and I think in terms of TSM, if they don't win this map, I'm pretty sure they are relegated. I don't think there's anything they can really do. I think if they win this one, they're sort of preying on other teams to screw up now, like NRG, who I think we have playing a little bit later as well. So it sort of comes down to a point where you say, okay, TSM are probably going to be going out of this, and that's absolutely insane, especially after last season. I know I'm going to keep mentioning that, but if you get to a semi-final, same team, you play again, and you get relegated, something's gone wrong, but we know about online games.
I think the loss of automatic has crippled them quite a lot as well, which
yeah, but I think that might have been post. I don't know.
I don't know. Well, I think another thing that's scary as well is the fact that we've got the North American minor coming up soon, which is
yeah,
TSM are in, and we were kind of thinking, you know, maybe they're one of the favourites to kind of make it
through.
Yeah, but if they're getting bodied by the third best Brazilian team, what are they going to do against Immortals? But either way, into the pistol we go. TSM are going to be kicking this one on the right foot with 3 kills straight off the bat. LG are going to be left on both Destiny, or maybe they're just Destiny as Shiz gets executed on the B site here. He's going to be caught up between a lot of players, and Twist, he's going to go ham. 3 kills in that pistol round. Round going to TSM, and they will be able to at least finally get their foot in the door into Cobble.
Yeah, they were on that T side. As said, this was a map that when they were having those standout performances, playing well against like the Fanatics and playing well against teams that they probably shouldn't have been playing well against. I think they actually beat Astralis as well. But it was one of those positions where Cobble was definitely their map where they were doing it. So if there is going to be any reminiscence, this is probably the place where we want to see it done. Of course, LG have been having some pretty good performances themselves, so I'm not counting them out by any stretch of the imagination, but FNS will start. Again, we're going very, very safe into this round. Mostly rifles, 1 SMG onto Relics. Oh, PKO looked very, very close to getting himself a kill there, but so far, so good. But another will be dropped, so that's at least 1 rifle gone going into this next round.
Nothing too dangerous. Relics will be able to grab himself an AK just as he exits, so that will be 2 in a row. Now LG going for their full eco as well, so a bit of a cleanup we can only imagine. Yell still saving for that AWP, and TSM, they've got 1 Mac-10 on Relics, they've got the rifles, so they should be good into this round. I wouldn't like to see them lose more than just Relics, to be honest, or 1 player at the most, so they can at least keep their economy on a high. But the thing is, even investing in some native or Relics is kind of, I never really get it. When you're going into a full anti-eco, there's not really much point investing too heavily. But okay, maybe there is, because Destiny and Yell are making it worth their time. They're both going to pick up kills. However, it is a bit of a fake TSM on B, but look at the bomb.
Yeah, that's a bit of an interesting decision to leave it all the way at the back. They'll have the site.
Mind games here.
Can go around clearing, but look at this possibility for a trade. They are all together. They'll get 1 more. Showtime with that AK. He's already been highlighted in the last. Sick. Is he going to make a footstep when he goes down? Now, there is possibility not to, but he will. He'll jump straight down, gets the first, looks for more. Going to challenge alone. Well, FNS, at least he has the bomb. I think that's the only positive I can really find. There's no armor on the other side.
He's alive. There we go.
He's alive, he has the bomb, and he's on the site where they are not.
That is 1 positive. However, they're not really on the site, they're in connector, so this is going to be the rotation will be very, very fast. And I don't know what's happened. I'm eating my words now, because TSM, they need more than utility. They need spin bots right now.
They need Jesus.
Yeah, they need Jesus, because they are screwed. It's all on FNS, so let's see if he can make a standout performance. Bomb will be going down on the site. LG will finally realise as soon as they spot it's not B, we will see a full rotation. And if they play this like they played earlier in the round and push all together, it could be perfect. FNS's utility is very limited as well, so we can't even cordon them off with the Molotov, but we do see the push coming through. They all have AKs to work with. I'm going to favour them quite massively. FNS spots out the first, so Yell does go down. He's got 2 more pushing towards, and he takes a second, but Destiny's going to get the refrag.
That's like a firing squad. Yeah. They were just lined up next to each other. You screwed up.
LG just picked up a full eco, Tom. I'm scared.
I'm just glossing over that. I don't know what to say. That is just, that's tragic, I think is the word to use.
They invested $0 into that round. $0, Tom. Look, 4 USPs.
Yeah, but they have skill. There you go. Sorted. I don't know. I really don't know. Luckily for TSM, they do have enough to get a buy on the board. Of course, FNS can find a couple of different positions where he can get close and personal. Yell onto that AWP, of course, making a little bit more money than he expected. So he'll be able to get nades, Kevlar, everything he wants.
Yeah, going to be riding high as well as PKL. So not looking too bad for LG, especially with TSM having one pistol in their midst as well alongside these rifles. So they are going to be setting up outside of this middle area. We've got one player towards B, that's Relics, to either, you know, going late to B to split in through the connector, or just to catch any rotation, sorry, from LG if they do decide to push up aggressively towards B. But Showtime, he may get caught out himself. He's over towards Matrix. TSM are fighting at him, and they're going to spot him out. He goes to the spray, tags down Twist, but doesn't receive any damage in tow. LG, they are going to be finding a man up as Yell. He kicks off the round with taking down side fist. TSM continuing this push-up ramp, but with a bit of a crossfire set up between the doors and this player over towards Long. It could be good hit for LG, but catch out from Sick. He's going to be able to take down Showtime, and now Yell towards the back of the site. He has to step up massively with his orb. His teammates are rotating in, but they're not going to be close enough in time. He takes his third of the round. There's two more to deal with. Sick is still alive towards that plywood, and he's not even going to peek him out here, just waiting for his team to help him do the damage. He commits to another, the Molotov, forcing him out of position. His teammate falls beside him, and Shiz is going to be able to get that kill, leaving it all on Sick. And to be honest, he's going to have to pull out something pretty sick himself if he wants to win this round.
Yeah, not going to be happening. Really nice round from Yell. He was pretty much just the anchor on the site for that round, because you could see the sort of skepticism from the CT side. Even at sort of the later points of the round, they hadn't fully rotated in and just left him to do his thing on the site. The Molotov from Sempers eventually came in, or was it Twist? It came in a little bit late, so they could have used that earlier and just basically stopped him being able to do anything and forced him out of position. But they didn't, and he's able to clean things up. So after the mistakes of the second round, or third round, it's continued into the fourth, and now we look at the fifth. It's Pistols coming up. Destiny looking to do the damage, but he does get dinked.
Yeah, TSM have a bit of armor into this, so it's not completely going to be in the way of LG, but PKL is on the AWP towards the back of the site, and again, he's making havoc here. First it was Yell, now it's PKL. 3 kills in the bag for him again, and that is going to be LG picking up the third round. This full eco win has tilted TSM off the face of the earth, and they are going to be on the eco. Twice.
I like how you were clearly going to say planet as well.
Yeah, place of the planet.
Oh, God. Words are hard.
Words are hard.
Words are hard. Either way, we are back with another sort of quasi-buy for TSM, looking to at least catch some damage in the next round, whereas, well, on the other side of things, the double AWP will remain. We have Destiny still sticking with the UMP to make some money, and Showtime starting things off with a dunk and already not looking too good. We are looking for damage here, of course, and at a stretch, a bomb plant for TSM. Not really expecting anything else, and Yell's position is going to make things even more difficult. Flash may catch him, but he will peek away, and, well, that's just perfect. That's the bomb dropped. Relics will catch out one to at least, well, give a little bit of potential. If he can drop a second, then it's not too bad, but asking for a lot. Has got a deagle, though.
PKL still posts up in his position with Shiz as well, close. Even if he goes to his first shot, he's not going to be ready for that second player, and Shiz will do exactly that, takes him down. LG fourth round on the board. Now we see the buy. Obviously no bomb plant, but it's not going to hinder them too much. They still have a fair bit of money to commit to this one, so utility isn't going to be too hard to find either. They don't have the AWP up, but they could have got a glass cannon, however, not an armored one. So safer option going for the AKs instead, and they are going to be setting up outside of B just to start the round as well. So LG continuing the double AWP. They still have the SMG on Destiny. Not too bad of a gun when played in a close position, like you will be doing towards that broken wall on B, but by and large, LG again favoured in terms of weaponry.
Yeah, at least this time TSM do have some utility, and sometimes not having any WP can actually be a blessing in disguise with the amount of sort of, I suppose, speed of the attack that you can bring in. But at the moment, they are just holding back, not going anything too crazy at the moment, just trying to find somebody through the smoke, get a little bit of luck going their way. But you can already see PKL getting set up over towards the stairs, and with that AWP in hand, he can just be a turret spamming away bullets to start things off in this round.
Ooh. Molotov, though, not forcing him out of position. He's waiting for the first peek to come through. Look at the reactions, though. He just takes down 6 straight away. And TSM, they're going to start to fall with no refrag. They have to hurry up and get this one done, but he's still in this position. They don't know it. They're not going to check it, and Twist is going to get caught. Again, a third for PKL. That's going to be a massive round for him, and a clean-up as well as Destiny comes in with the UMP. Retrieving the AWP for LG as well, and the round in the bag. TSM what looked like a great start with the pistol in the second round, pretty easily done. They are going to start to falter, and this is where we could potentially see a bit of a stomp going in the way of LG.
I love the flick.
Yeah.
I love the flick. He knew he was there, to be fair. I think he saw him just seconds before, but that is just a nice little flick to catch him out. 5 rounds in a row for LG, and we'll have another buy coming back up for the TSM side. Twist will drop down to UMP to get some utility on the board. And they are now edging their way over towards this A site early into this round. They still have a little bit of presence in the form of Sick towards Drop, and he doesn't have any head armor, so does have to be a little bit extra careful. Of course, he's up against an AK anyway, so it shouldn't make too much difference in terms of his head. But we are now going to see this push on Tay, and he has to be the sort of split player. That's why he's there, sort of waiting, almost baiting them into staying on this B site. Well, actually, now he's just going to go rotating back, so really not having too much presence at all, and I don't think he's really baited them into doing much at all.
No, TSM seem to be pushed up very heavily, but the footsteps are going to be heard from Showtime, so he can at least relay that to his team if need be. But he hasn't spotted enough players or even the bomb to cause a full rotation here, as he's going to go for the flash peek. Oh, it works out. No, it doesn't. FNS takes him. And now TSM, man advantage finally residing in their favor, but we've got Yell. We've seen him in this position before. Can he show up again? No, he's holding the wrong angle, and Semphis makes his way out of the woodwork to take him down. Shiz does trade, but it's still a 4v3 in favor of TSM, and with deep site control and LG going to be smoked out of this bomb site, it's going to mean the bomb is going to be going down on the site here for the TSM side, and Relics as well. Following up once again, it's going to be a bit of a clean-up here for TSM, but Shiz comes back in with one.
Nice little angle through the vent. Twist with the boost. Catches out one more, and now it is PKL. They should know these on this boost spot, but Wolf will back with the AWP. LG, well, almost certain to have a buy coming back into the next round. Twist, oh, that's pretty close. Not going to get him, and, well, looking to cross away from this bomb. Well, PKL's going to miss the shot anyway, so he'll just have to fall back, make sure he doesn't lose this AWP. As said, they shouldn't have any trouble buying back up into the next round anyway. We've seen them have a couple of rounds now where they've had 4 players staying alive, so that would definitely give them the advantage going into the next. And we have to talk about, well, what we always talk about when we see one round come in for the T or CT side, the reset.
Yeah. Especially with TSM not having a lot of money, hence why they didn't chase down that saving player. They just want to keep their AKs. Their money is low enough here. So if they lose out on this round, again, the $1,400 loss bonus, and look at their cash in their bank already. They only have about 2K max out on some of the players, some not even at that. So they really need to pick up a couple of rounds in a row. They need to build up this T-side economy so they can have a little more to play with when they eventually do lose a round. But we can't have that be this round. They need to pick this one up, as you said. So LG back on this double AWP, no issue with money at all. And TSM, neither, but can they continue it? That's the question. Yes, they can. Oh, FNS. No. This is dirty. 2 entries.
Yeah, that's not the start that was wanted. PKL, the timing is going to get the better of him. He will, however, catch one. Positioning is not at the best now, and we know that they can just wallbang him straight through. He's trying his best to stay alive and allow for the rotation, but eventually Semphis will finish him off. Yell, he's gone through the smoke. Sick takes his time to finish off that kill as well. And, well, Showtime, well, this is a bit ballsy, it has to be said. Going to go straight through the smoke, catches one. Already had a couple of highlight plays, but he has to be aware of his flank. Still gets the kill onto Semphis. Okay, now he's warmed up a little bit, looking to try and peek once again. Why? Twist doesn't really need to overface this one. They have the advantage in this scenario. It's a 2v1. They do not need to peek this, jumping through the Molotov. Showtime. He's looking to try and take this one, maybe take players with him. The peek from Twist. Oh, that's a little bit close, but FNS, as he started, he gets 2 and gets the 3rd as well.
That was almost a complete throw from TSM, taking so many fights. The flank was understandable, the first player peeking was understandable, but as soon as you have a 2v1 with both players separated there, no point to flash your player out on the site to go for the peek. No point, just hold, wait for him to get closer. You have FNS playing the bait role anyway, the bait role on the site, and then FNS playing the support role on the stairs, so there's no issue. There's no reason to go for that fight, but still, he just falls short of it. However, that was an impacting round in terms of economy there for TSM.
Yeah, Sick going to go very, very aggressive, but falls back. Changes his mind. The smoke slows him down enough, and they have expended a lot of their utility at the very beginning of the round. It is intriguing that they did slow down. I was almost expecting him come exploding out of the site. FNS has already taken control of Drop. That may be the reason. Shiz playing up close. This time he's not going to get caught up from the same angle unless he actually aggressively peeks. They will flash, and he's going to do just that. Sick facing the wrong way from the flash, and well, there's that pounce. Nice little position. Plays FNS at his own game, and this leaves just 2 left. Yell already rotating in. They may even try and get the bomb out of there. No, just going to go pushing, and Twist is left with, well, very little. Doesn't have the bomb. At least has a bit of time to play with, but not expecting anything here.
Not looking good in this round. However, at least they put 2 together, I guess. It's going to be a little bit of a consolation, but
with
really,
one player remaining.
Yeah, really no money because of the rebuy. So that's the issue. Twist going to go down likely, and then we will see the Eco or even the Quasi from TSM, as a bomb plant is unlikely to be going down here for the T side. But he will peek out regardless, unable to find anything as PKL shuts him down there from the chicken coop. LG 6-4, and TSM's money, yep, it's not even looking good for a Quasi. They have to go for this full Eco, I imagine.
I don't really know why he peeked that. Well, especially if they're going to buy. Why peek? Why not keep the AWP?
That doesn't really make too much sense. Relic's not buying. Is he AFK? Yes, he is. He's buying. Okay, understandable buy because they're going to have the double eco, so all they're doing is really forfeiting some utility in their buy round. But regardless...
Yeah, I don't know why he pushed with the AWP.
Your point echoes. What's the point?
He didn't want to sit there for 30 seconds. That's the only thing I can really think of, unless they did originally plan to eco. And even still, I think he had more money anyway, so it would have just been a sort of weaker buy into the next. So, yeah, definitely a bit of an interesting decision coming out. But I suppose, at least now they're on the same playing field, they can go for this aggressive push, looking like they're about to split onto the A site through the drop-down position.
Yep, right and ready for this one. A bit of a split as well. So Twist is going to maybe force a rotation here with the smoke, but I can't imagine LG are going to be baited by that one too much. We see this push especially heavily come down into the drop down, so we see FNS leading that one. Oh, he finds himself the first. Shiz goes down. He doesn't grab himself the rifle though. Someone should, and Relic's will, but Yell still on the site. He's so dangerous with this AWP, and he's going to be able to find himself one. Twist is going to be dropped, but TSM
Showtime as well.
Still going to be trying to flank their way back into the site through the connector. Relic's follows up. Semphis as well. These pistols are proving to be wonderful for TSM. They've got the bomb on the site now, and the plant going to be going through, so LG having to retake this one in a 2-man deficit.
Yeah, they do have the utility advantage, and of course both players on a kit. Same boost in play again, and Relic's, well, he's going to hit the headshot before anything can even come into play. Missed shot from PKL. Definitely a little bit disappointed in the position of Destiny, because it seemed like he was all set up and ready for sort of when they were rotating. And I think he just expected someone to be behind him, and that was the only problem. If he'd just been holding and they'd all come through the sort of door position, then there would have been a little bit of potential for him to at least catch something out. It was actually Showtime, not Destiny. Destiny was there a little bit later. But either way, it will be another round on the board for TSM, and actually the sort of backwards and forwards nature of this has forced LG onto a pistol buy. So maybe there is still a chance for TSM to crawl back into this one. It is only 6-5, and considering that, when there was, what, 5 or 6 rounds in a row, it's not actually going as well for LG as maybe expected.
But the pistols may prove to show something here. They've shown it time and again before, at least with a full eco. Can they do it with a bit of investment? As TSM, they're going to go quite heavily into the site and very speedy as well. Maybe not expecting the economy on LG at this point, but still, you would think that they should.
Look at Yao
with a reset. But yeah, this push into the site is going to prove to be a little bit frivolous here for the TSM side, as they unable to find anything. Finally, Twist is going to be caught out, but no, he actually takes the kill. PKL gets dropped, 6 follows up, and now they're going to finally make their way deep into this one, but LG have already got a player on the flank. Yeah, he's ready for that one. Takes him down. Showtime at least proves to be dangerous with his pistol, but Shiz is going to get nothing. It's all on Showtime with the armor. He has a chance, but Semphis going to deny. So TSM, bit of a clean-up. They lose one player in the midst of it. Twist going down, but nothing too impactful here. They're still going to be able to buy up, and LG will be able to do the same here, but no double AWP in sight.
It did look like Yell's flank, if it had come through just a couple of seconds earlier, it would have had a huge chance to actually do a hell of a lot of damage, but that's all timing. You can't really blame him for slowing things down, not wanting to run into a position where they would have just heard him coming. Either way, it will be a buyback on the board, but it's not a particularly good one. The AWPs have been the main position or focal point for LG. Destiny, that's aggressive. Twist will punish. Now PKO, he doesn't have an AWP this time, and he doesn't have anything anymore. Twist has just gone huge, pushing into the site, finds himself a double, and this leaves Shiz to try and defend it. The rotation is very slow, and, well, now there isn't much point of a rotation at all.
Yeah, you want to see the save at this point from LG, especially with their economy in tatters for the time being. So TSM getting this bomb down, denying anything from the Brazilians, and they are just going to be going for the straight-up save. So round going to be gained by TSM. It's nice to finally see them back on the board, and I mean, LG saving these weapons, if they get away with both of them, they could invest alongside them, but without a huge loss bonus in their favor. You'd like to think maybe they just go for the triple pistol, double rifle here. But yeah, I mean, the loss bonus 2,400, not great considering they've got no spare money. I wouldn't like to see a force alongside these rifles, but maybe just try and put these rifles both on the A site or B site, depending. And, you know, if they push towards it, maybe you can deny it.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree, because they want to get a bye going into the sort of latter rounds of the half. Either way, a sort of 9-6-8-7 going towards the T side wouldn't be anything too crazy anyway. It's just sort of after the streak that we saw very early in the game, it did look like LG were about to continue the way they did on the previous map.
No.
Oh, Semphis, well, now there's no chance. There's no reason to go for a bye in this round anymore. They've just lost one of their players.
Nice denial, though. That's definitely good. At least completely eliminating the factor of whether they'll force up or not. They know they won't force up. There's just no reason. So the pistols are going to be out for LG. And second last round and a half as well. So they will have a little more money for the last.
Look who it is with the rifle.
Yeah, Showtime. He had a phenomenal map previously. He's going to try and step up again, especially with his aggressive position, trying to find himself an early pick and at least take down some of the TSM players. What was that? Semphis gets a wallbang on Destiny, but Showtime still gets a kill regardless. He's going to peek up for a second. That's 2. He's going for 3, but he doesn't get it. Tick takes him down, but PKL will return. Somehow these pistols, they are oh so dangerous in the hands of the Brazilians, and TSM will just be left to Relics.
It's happening again. They picked
like
up
this.
a couple of rifles. This time, Relics is in a slightly better position than we saw FNS. And they don't really know where he is either. Problem with going through drop is he will make a noise, but I don't know if they're actually close enough to hear that noise.
No.
It doesn't seem like there's been much of a reaction. PKL, oh, is he going to push into the stack? That's a noise that they may have heard.
No. Oh, PKL's holding it. I mean, they could have, but it doesn't seem like it because Shiz is still on the site. But Relics walking in, he goes down. That's not going to be good for him. Ah, dear. Got a haircut.
That's a little bit of bad luck, really, because he just had to go for the guess, and while the 50-50 LG went for the A site. And actually, he was over towards B. He was closer to B with his position, just decided to go in the direction that he expected. Either way, it is going to be 7-all. Looking into this last round, both teams with a bye always a nice way to end the half. And we are going to have pretty much full utility. I think Twist is lacking a little bit, but other than that, everything's fine.
Yeah, let's see how it works out, at least for TSM. Yeah, I don't think either team can be too upset, though, going into the second half with the scoreline. Obviously, TSM are going to be way happier as they pick up this 8th round. That's the same amount of rounds they got in the whole last map. So anything here is great for them, but we will see a potential push come out. Still, LG have quite a few players to deal with here. There's PK and Destiny, both going to be picking up the first couple of kills. A full file out onto the plateau is going to just be completely denied, though.
You had to say it, didn't you?
Yeah.
They'd be very happy if they got this round.
Yeah, the cast is chaos.
They got absolutely obliterated. But yeah, it will be 8-7, especially after the sort of start that TSM had. I think that's fairly reasonable after losing that full eco position. But they could have done much better if they just hadn't had that one round that sort of threw them off a little bit. But coming back into it's a much more important task. Now, if they get the pistol, definitely not going to be too worried. Of course, if it goes the other way, going onto that T side, LG have looked very, very good on their T side so far, especially on train. But at the same time, it is a different map altogether, so we'll see if TSM can start this off well, is what I was going to say.
I like the setup, though, from LG. This is the typical old Virtus Pro setup on Cobble. They got these 2 players backed off, or 3, in fact, very passively towards the A-long area. So if TSM decide to get aggressive towards A-long and try and flank out these B players like PKL, they may get called out by this bomb. And eventually LG will be able to push up towards the site. But TSM not going to get aggressive despite losing that first player on B. And they are just going to rotate their players accordingly, so 2 on each site. And we will just see LG walk into these 2 players. But
no.
FNS, he could be the snake in the grass. If he takes down Yell here, he's going to catch the angle. Doesn't hit the shot, though. Yell takes him. And now a 2-man deficit. TSM are fighting back. But Semphis, what were those headshots? He picks up both. And LG, they are going to file up towards his site. Semphis goes big. He gets himself a 3rd. And now he's going to equalize it. As Relics, he pushes back into the site through the smoke. Does get the tag off, but not quite to kill the bomb. Yet to go down. He still finds another. Shiz goes down. And now it's all on Showtime. He has to pick up both kills. The bomb's still in his hand. And he gets off the default plant spot. But Twist is going to be right there to finish it off. It's all on Semphis, so the MVP of that round goes to him, and 8 rounds going to be gained by TSM.
Yeah, I wouldn't have even been surprised if he managed to finish off the rest. He looked like he was lining them all up, but either way, this is just wonderful. And then even turning back around, reading the situation very well to get his 3rd. Either way, that's the A-tool. TSM get their start, and now we look towards the buy. Of course, we know that Yell is going to be saving up for that AWP, so only going to see a Tech 9 and a flashbang onto him, and I wouldn't be surprised if we saw an aggressive B push, but they are taking things relatively slow. I suppose that's because of the deagles they currently have in their hand. Not really the best weapon for running and gunning.
Not so much here, but waiting for some aggression. TSM aren't going to be giving them anything, especially with those chimes of the deagles in the background. They don't want to walk into this, so The triple UMPs are just going to be playing very close angles here for the CT side as they await this imminent aggression from LG as the time starts to tick down. A minute on the clock. They've got no real pressure on them just yet, but they will just be sending 3 players back towards A with the bomb going to B. So I'm not too sure, unless they split in through the connector here through drop down. Nope, they reconsidered. It's all going to be B. Nothing really to lose with pistols as well. So, you know, it's not a lot of pressure for them to pick up this round. If they lose out on it, it's not an issue. So
Twist is very, very low. He's playing the back of the site. 50 seconds left on the clock. And they are going to be setting up towards this B side. Now here is that one flashbang in the form of Yell. That's going to be their one play into this round, and there we see it thrown already. Destiny manages to get one. Twist very, very low, but still doing the damage. Manages to get 2, and Relic's looking to try and clean this one up, but it will still be a close scenario. Shiz, now can he find any of the players close to him? FNS coming in from behind, very aggressive. That's a nice shot. Gonna go looking for a little bit more. Twist almost looks tempted to peek this one. They haven't managed to retrieve the bomb just yet. He's very low on HP and eventually finishes off one more, but it's going to come down to Semphis. 1 versus 1. He's on 1 HP. Yell doesn't have any armor, but he will be able to get himself the bomb plant with seconds to spare. Now it's on Semphis. If he hits the headshot, it's done. But anything else, and he should be finished.
Oh, he peeks into it, though, and Yell. Really no reason to take that fight, especially as he was kind of just jiggle peeking, bait peeking, and then fully steps out into the grass of Semphis, especially after knowing he was low, because they tagged him down. They should have that information. Oh, dear. That just seems, as much as I feel like I'm glad TSM didn't lose that round for their own mental sanity and losing to pistols so much, LG should not have thrown that away. Yell just had no need to peek on the site.
What does that get? Is that... Thing is though, does that give you a positive outlook because it was so close and you managed to just steal it away, or is it negative because of how it actually went? And I'm actually quite liking the fact that they've forced into this one over on that T side, because they know how low the economy is. Obviously, if they lose it, then they do put themselves into a bit of a hole. But the bomb plant gave them that potential. Now we're going to see whether or not they can actually do this, and this is not going to be expected, or it shouldn't be.
Yeah, and it's not like the scoreline is so in favour of TSM that LG can't afford to go for these YOLO buys. And if they lose out, yeah, maybe they lose a couple of ecos, but they can always bring it back to a more equal scoreline. Yeah, exactly. The cost benefit is far greater. So, yeah, I do like the buy. Let's see how it works. They've got a couple of Galils. They've got a UMP, an AK, and a Tech 9. And, I mean, plenty more utility than TSM, who've pretty much expended all their smokes in the first 20 seconds of the round. So expecting this B push to come through, it doesn't, and it will finally, but after the smokes have been used here, so TSM are all going to be at least relying on 6 single smoke, and obviously the flashbangs left on Semphis, but LG are starting to make their push. Players pushing in through drop down, that will just be showtime actually, and the rest of them coming out through the plateau, but we still have this double peak from TSM, which is proven at least to be so dangerous. Relics, and I think there was FNS there at 2 combo, and we see this push. No, it's going to be sick, and he goes straight down anyway. Destiny gets that entry with a Galil, not typically the entry gun, but it works out well for him. He knows there's more on the site though, and he's going to have to clear that one out. Taps away, that's his teammate to drop Semphis. Showtime shows with the Tech 9, but it's going to be trades equal back and forth, and LG finally pick it up. That force buy works wonders for them, and TSM, all their weapons are going to get thrown away to the Brazilians now, so they save a great deal into the next round with 3 players surviving.
Yeah, I like it. The surprise buy that comes out after doing so much damage in the previous, well, literally so much damage. 1 HP was all that was left of the 500 that came into the round. And, well, now you look at the damage that it's done to the economy. It's only going to be a few pistols being invested for the TSM side. The Ts have managed to break them earlier than expected. And, well, getting a little bit of deja vu, I have to say. That's, what, twice now that they've won the 3rd round of the half?
Yep.
And with not with anything in particular, just like a force buy-in this time. Previously, well, USPs. Let's just forget that ever happened.
We don't want to get a little bit of triggering going on for any TSM fans here. They don't want that flashback. It's not very positive. But TSM have pistols. Maybe they'll win this round, Tom. Judging by the way this matchup has been going.
I'm not holding my breath.
No, unsurprisingly there. But they've invested too much. That's why they need the full USPs if you want to win the round. Classic Counter-Strike moves here. But TSM, they're going to be just doing the default setup. This is the kind of round you just want to see someone go aggressive. Push up towards A long, clear that position. Maybe it's clear. Rotate all your players back towards B. Do something a little bit off the charts here, because they're not really showing anything too interesting here. And LG are being able to read them like a book. And the entry is obviously going back in their way again. Shiz and PKL both going to kick things off. It's not looking too dangerous.
Yeah, Sick will go for a little bit of a peek. He does have Semphis supporting, but really, he's going to be the one in the aggression, and will get forced out by the Molotov. Now the peaks can come in, and, well, they're just going to start cleaning things up. Destiny managing to finish this round, and, well, unlike we've seen previously, the Pistols are not going to be very effective in this round as they keep every single player standing. And it's looking like they're going to have to go for the same again, as TSM really did take a massive hit to their economy in the last couple of rounds.
Yeah, it's hard to even put your bets on TSM at this point with so many. While the rounds don't exactly show it, the rounds are just going every round. Even though TSM eventually do pick up some, it's always coming down to these 1v1s. It's always LG just do so much damage to them. And in terms of economy, it's always low. This is what I talk about. I like this aggression. TSM pushing up very heavily. We've got the Cloud9 stickers raining over our face, but Semphis, he's going to be able to take down Shiz. This is exactly what I said. Get aggressive. You have nothing to lose. Only pistols in this round, and it's going to work out. The bomb is in their favor. Semphis has an AK. He should throw that over to Sick, who's actually got armor, but he is... Yeah, he's
right next to him.
He's right next to him.
No excuses.
No excuse. Yeah, what are you doing, Semphis? Come on. Drop the gun. 6 to the young star, but they're going to be waiting for this push. Maybe a potential refrag on Sick if he goes down, but maybe he won't need it. Semphis gets one. The bomb does get grabbed by Destiny, but he's got so many players to deal with, and Semphis is just going to commit to the double peek as well. TSM, they pick up a 10th round. The pistols do work. The dream is real.
Yeah, let's go Semphis once again. He's going to manage to find himself the headshots with that AK, and he's actually top of the board. Actually, he's top of the whole game at the moment. The in-game leader for the TSM side. Not really what we expect to see, but it is what we are currently seeing. So a little bit of a change around, an early round win, keeping this 10-0, and it is very, very close at this stage of the game. Yell will be back on the AWP, the same for Relics. We have seen the AWP switch around throughout this team, really. I think that's one of the only problems that I can see. Well, one of the main problems, really, is they don't really seem to have a prominent AWPer. But it does mean that a few different styles can come into play. Now the push comes in. Sick is going to get away with murder here. He's so close. Sprays away. Can he make it? 3, not quite. Does the damage, however, and Relics is still holding back. Ooh. He actually gets tagged through very, very low. He has to be careful himself, however. There goes Twist. Aggressive showtime to trade, and they are bringing this back. There's huge potential now. It's all down to FNS. They've thrown the early aggression away. Once again, Sick doing the work, and now it's down to FNS in a 1v2.
A lot cut out for him here. He's got so much time, he doesn't even need to take a fight, but he does. That's a bomb dropped off the plateau. A PKL goes down. Showtime repeats at FNS. That's 2 kills in the bag. TSM, they finally take it above and beyond with 11 rounds on this board.
They will be able to buy it anyway. Yeah, and actually that's her LG back to what will be pistols. Nice little push comes in from Sick early in that round.
But this is exactly what I talk about. When we say, while the score isn't exactly dictating that it's such a stomp, every round that TSM win, it seems like they're winning these clutches, these 1v1s, these 1v2s. It's coming down to the wire, and LG having so much economical damage onto the TSM side. So it's just kind of disheartening to have your economy always be this low. You lose 4 players in your buys up against Ecos. It's just silly at this point.
Yeah, they have managed to reset, so we'll see if they can finally get themselves some economic damage. And well, this would be the sort of best way to do it. If they can keep their economy strong going towards the latter point of the game, that's going to be much more important. They can we can forgive all of the mistakes of the early rounds. FNS, however, very, very low, and already he will be lost. And looking like there is still potential for more damage to be done by the LG side.
Yeah, Yell's going to push into the connector.
Not again,
he'll be able
please.
to catch down Twist.
I can't take any more.
My heart is having too much strain on it already. Semphis has 4 players to deal with coming from different angles. Destiny taps him down, and now Sick has to rotate back in, but the bomb is already going down. And LG, surely they can't secure this round once again. TSM, they're fighting an uphill battle by
it's just deja vu.
a long margin. This is just triggering, Tom.
Oh, Destiny timing shot, catches out Sick. Relics, well, I think he may be at a disadvantage now after we looked at the beginning of the round. Speak about whether or not TSM can finally clean things up versus just pistols. The answer is a no, they cannot.
This is so depressing.
If he only manages to save a UMP as well, that's going to be the worst of it, because you look at all the weapons that they had, this was the worst one.
Yeah, it's like BMing yourself at this point. LG, they're going to pick it up though. Oh God, Tom.
I suppose it happened the other way as well.
But it's happening so often. That's the thing. How many pistol rounds? How many ecos have we seen won so far? Probably half the rounds. Would you say?
I was trying to justify it.
No, you can't justify this. There is no justification. And now TSM go to their eco, so they're likely going to be picking up this round here. We got FNS on armor.
Yeah, they're the one with the 4-buy.
Yeah, it's always about who invests less in this game. Apparently, we got any people who are new to CS. They're going to be so confused, but. This is not normal. This is not normal.
Yeah, this is a tad strange. It's still 11-0. No round is losable, I suppose, or winnable. Anything is possible. That's where I'm going. Yeah, that's where I'm
Except winning by rounds.
We've seen a couple. We've seen a
Yeah,
couple.
a few, like
You're here and there. It's
4.
not impossible to win by rounds, you know. It's normally expected, but definitely not in this game so far. We do have relics onto a UMP still. FNS has got a little bit of Kevlar as well. Other than that, it's mainly just pistols, but as said, that means very, very little at this stage of the game. I think LG have been slightly better at winning their buys. I have to say, I think they've been a little bit better. But at the same time, I feel like that means they've won more pistol rounds, and you look at the score, and then things get a little bit skeptical. Either way, they are going to be pushing in now. FNS is up close in the Taz window position, and we will see whether or not this stack on the B site can actually work. They've got no one on A. It's completely empty. 40 seconds left. We know where LG are going. Will they come out alive?
Oh god, I goddamn hope so, otherwise I'm going to have a little cry. But here we go, push goes through. Destiny's going to be leading this one out. We have a player on the tree, don't spot him, though he's playing a bait position. PKL will finally entry things up, and yes, this round is going to go the way of the buys. The pistols aren't going to do anything, but maybe not. Sick though, he only gets 1 for his troubles. We see the trade from Destiny. And LG, they actually wrap 2 rounds together. That's 12 to 11 right now. And TSM and Money is looking very iffy here. They could invest in 3 rifles, but 2 players are going to either have to on those UMPs or those pistols, or maybe even some Mag 7s at this point. Yeah, okay, Scout, Mag 7, 3 rifles. Could be worse.
Yeah, it's not the best buy, but we've seen less win, I guess, is the best way to put that. Obviously, LG do manage to get themselves back into the lead. It is still a very, very close scenario at this point. They did just about scrape that first half, but sort of 8-7. Not really saying that anybody won in dramatic fashion. Oh, so close. He actually takes the brunt of that. Does 95 damage onto Shiz, and well, I don't know whether he'll even know that he did that much damage as he gets sprayed back through and instantly falls. We do have a man advantage now onto LG. Mag 7 on Twist. The Scout still in play on Semphis. Definitely not the best buy in the world. Twist is burning down. 20 HP left. This is getting bad to worse now for TSM. You have to remember their economy. This was a force. They're risking things here to try and pull themselves back into the game a little bit earlier. FNS going to go for the flash through. He will spot a couple of players, but doesn't manage to do any damage. Still got Twist up close. Now he may be low, but it only really takes 1 shot of that mag to do some damage.
Finally, as the time starts to trickle down, they are going to commit to this. The flash working out perfectly, but his teammate body blocking L there, so he can't find the AWP pick. Sick. Oh, sorry, Twist already tagged down. Just going to need the job finished there by Showtime as we see these players converge out onto this site. PKL, another entry, and Semphis left with just a Scout, and it's easy to try and pick up the pieces of his fallen team, and it doesn't seem likely.
Yep, he's got 5 to find, and well, still has 5 to find even after his demise. 13 to 11. TSM now with their backs up against the wall once again. Going to invest in a few pistols. I think the Joker's grown old, but yeah, maybe they will still be able to pull something off here. Money getting very, very good as well for LG. They'll definitely be able to buy for at least this round and possibly the next, depending on the bomb plants that are available, but not really expecting too much from this round. LG looks like they have sort of just stabilized themselves. They had some hiccups towards the end of the last half and the beginning of this one. That actually did hit Yell.
For 2 damage, yeah.
For 2 damage. That must have literally gone through the long way of the brick wall, but...
Impact frags.
Well, damage.
Impact damage. It's fine. If he gets, I don't know, what could...
Another headshot through the wall.
Yeah, if he gets naded, it could kill him, but that's a percentage that we're never going to see, considering there's not even a single HE on either team. But, well, not now. It's been used. But either way, LG... Again, favoured, pushing into this B side, or so it seems here. The bomb is still outside of B, and they actually have a player holding the flank PKL, so they could even rotate and commit towards this A side, which seems like they will be doing here. TSM, this full stack isn't working, and FNS has already realised a potential push coming out onto A. He's going to sit in the connector, holding the cross, but he's not even fully rotated, so he won't even be able to spot these players if they come out through middle. Finally having a look in through the door, but it's only a quick check. He's just playing for the information game here, almost a full retake scenario. And I mean, I understand this. Despite seeing nothing on B, they are on pistols. They have to play this risk game. If you just go for a standard setup, your chances are you're not going to pull anything out of it. So just going for a full stack on B makes sense. However, it isn't going to be the right call to make. As LG, they've already cleared out this bomb site. The bomb will be going down as well, and that will just be the round grounded it to a stop there for the side of TSM, it seems.
Oh, Yell. Gets himself the first kill. Seems a little bit late to be saying that, but that is just what happens with the stack. I'm looking at Semphis. He is going on the longest rotate physically possible, having a little bit of a tour of the map. Just seeing if he can spot anyone out from behind. He just misses Destiny, but may be able to catch Yell instead. Yell sort of just spamming shots away at the moment, trying to catch people with the AWP. Of course, if he could get North, who's trying to rotate away, that would be hugely valuable going into that next round. Of course, TSM need to try and keep as much money as they can. He is actually going to go pushing Yell. Oh, I don't think there's any chance really, because they're just going to sit in. He's going to go for this shot if he gets the AWP, but will they catch him?
Oh, he carries on the push, expecting a player to push on his flank on long, I'd like to think. I don't know why else he would push.
Yeah, no,
that would make sense.
That makes sense, yeah.
It would have to be that, but either way, the risk-reward not going to go in his favour. He does do some impact, but look at the money of LG.
That one kill actually gives him enough to buy an AWP with Kevlar. So I suppose there's a silver lining.
Yeah, slightly. But 14-11. Silver lining definitely not looking like it's going to bring back the map in their favour. Semphis with said AWP, waiting for the wallbang lineup. Nothing's going to come through. PKL setting his flash up. We will see his push over the doors. There we go. Semphis kicking things off. 2 kills in the bag as well. They continue to walk into his aim, and he gets himself 4, going for the ace as well, but FNS is going to deny the last. That's a massive round for Semphis, exactly when TSM needed it. 14-12, but LG, their money is still good enough to buy up.
He didn't even need the Kevlar.
10 seconds later after the play, we see the replay. So this is, look at this aim from Semphis. Just pure reaction. LG, just a millisecond too late to trade each frag, and that will be the round. So what can you even say to that for TSM?
Yeah, no. That's going to be a confidence booster as well. You can see the aggressive push coming in from Semphis. Does look like they're going to go for the boost. Of course, they've got a secondary AWP in play at the moment on FNS. We've now seen, I think, almost every single player except maybe Sick have an AWP at one point. So, again, FNS is not going to capitalize. It will be Yell to start things off with the pick. Now they're fighting from a man down. You can see they've completely abandoned the A site. Every single player is going to be sat towards B or drop. AWP will be retrieved, so they can at least play from that sort of avenue. Definitely looking to see if PKL will continue to push, see if he can actually rotate back over towards that A site, which is completely empty at this stage.
Semphis, though, trying to pick something up with the AWP as he did in the previous round. Not going to spot out these players. You can see this Molotov coming through, but can't quite spot that player. Oh, the shot, though. This is some real redemption from him. He picks up another first kill for TSM here as it is going to be a 4v4 equalised back in, but LG still pushing back into this B site. Semphis getting caught out this time. Shiz gets the entry, and we have still Sick up on the plateau. He can line them up and spray them down, gets himself 2. Trade eventually, and it's all on Twist. He can't allow them to get to 15 rounds here. He has to deny this as he sees the players cross towards the site, pushes back in through the molly. They've surely heard that, but they're not holding the angle. He peeks out, but he goes down. PKL getting that kill despite him doing so much damage to Destiny. LG's just more aware than he was. It is going to be their round in the bag, and TSM, their money is looking dire.
Nice little team ace again.
That's cute. Good for them.
Yes, we've got a Nova. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. This is a 4-buy. Twist has got himself the Nova. We got FNS on the mag. This is shotguns for days over on this TSM side. Sick is going to be up close and personal. Already finds himself the first and the second as well. Clearly the confidence given to him by his Nova teammate. And Twist is going to be ready with this beast of a weapon.
I don't think that's it. Let's see.
No.
Oh, what a great gun.
There we go.
Oh,
I was actually sick. I got that. Just edit that out. So
we'll give it the
Twist.
hype. We'll give it the hype.
Just edit it out so it says Twist for all of them.
No kill feed needed for that round. 2 kills. But
I think he only got 1.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Just remove the kill feed. It looks like he got the second.
Yeah, there we go. Ace for Twist with the Nova.
I hate that gun with every inch of my body.
I think that's why I enjoy it so much, because most people hate it.
I only hate it because you love it so much. I was fine with it.
So it kind of works both ways.
I was fine with it 2 weeks ago. You've inspired me to hate that gun.
I also love the Bison.
Yeah, you're the reason that... We won't go into that. You're just a bad person.
Just a bad... I'm not going to disagree with that. Relics and Sick going very aggressive, but Destiny is there to punish.
Could you say it's his destiny to punish?
Yes, and if he has a kid, they'll be called Destiny's Child.
You tried to fit that joke in so hard. It just doesn't work. But look at Semphis here. He's forced all the way up. And this could be a great position. It seems that PKL may be aware of this one, though. He might have actually spotted him down. I'm not too sure. Tempest is just holding the angle, waiting for LG to rotate, but the thing is, they aren't. They are committing to B, especially after that first pick, and the damage done onto FNS too, so it's just a game of timing here. Who leaves first? Who peaks? If Semphis walks into this, he's dead. If BKL rotates and Semphis pushes, this could be great, but they know this surely because Showtime gets flashed back through. He takes him down. They had so much knowledge of that play from Semphis. Like, clearly, he must have spotted him there to have that knowledge, but it is going to be another two-man deficit here for TSM just right at the beginning of the round. They're going to be left on 3 as we see LG set up for this push on B.
I think they're rotating away. That's the problem. They saw Showtime going in the other direction. However, now that he falls, they should sort of have an idea, okay, that's the guy who killed me. Don't think they're pushing back, and well, they definitely know now. FNS will spot out a couple, manages to get one. It's actually Twist, but it's not going to leave them with very much to play with. They're both pretty low. It's the last round, so they have to go for it, just sort of hoping that maybe the bomb got lost. Someone mailed it to the wrong place, and they could sort of give it a go. Twist. Okay, suicide is sometimes the option. Either way.
This was a doable round. They have a kit, they have time, they have 2v3. I don't know why you would do that, but either way, not something you typically see from a player of that stature, but let's see how Relics can come back into this round.
Maybe there's a fake flash.
After the Simple style play. I don't know about that. I feel like Twist didn't...
If Simple can do it, why can't Twist?
I feel like Twist really didn't need to throw his gun out there. I think that was doable, but regardless, that is going to be the map for LG. 2 in a row,
Much closer.
in fact. Yeah, not too difficult for them in the first map, but this time it was a little closer. Still TSM not quite able to get the edge there, so that is going to be the 16th round, and obviously train given to them alongside Cobble.
Yeah, I think PKL had a very, very good map as well on the entries, especially over towards that B site. I think if he hadn't been pulling out the stops, even in some of the pistol rounds, things could have gone the other way. Especially when you look at some of those pistol rounds as well. Like, it was really skeptical. I think towards the end they started to iron things out, and the Nova play coming out definitely changed the game. Not really. It did absolutely nothing.
No, absolutely not. But I think it was a bit more tilt, you know, especially with TSM on that last round. A lot of tilt from TSM.
We have a PKL highlight video. See, we're in sync at the moment. Me and the production team. There we go. So he's going to be starting things off. Obviously, he had, as said, very good game. I was naming the T side mainly, but of course, we saw the AWP come in for him and Yell. And yeah, just a good performance overall. I do think Semphis could have had his own. Maybe if they won the map, that probably would have been the difference that gave Semphis that highlight reel, because he had his moments, especially the 4K with the AWP. We saw the round where they were sort of on eco. He picks up the AK, doesn't give it to Sick, but finds 2 headshots anyway. Yeah. So definitely some standout players, but the problem is, you talk about Semphis, that's not the play you really, like, they didn't employ him. They go, okay, we're looking for star players. You didn't go, okay, Semphis, he's the in-game leader. He shouldn't have to be the one that's up at sort of that moment. We saw a glimpse or two from Sick towards the latter rounds, but it wasn't anything to really write home about. And I definitely think that if they are going to sort of move back up towards the sort of, or getting back towards the top of NA at least, something needs to change, because they're definitely not looking good enough at this point.
Yeah, everyone kind of just jumps straight to roster changes. A lot of people have been saying they don't like FNS on the roster, but I feel like, while I was about to use the argument, oh, give it more time, it's hard to know what you're going to know what's going to happen when you bring in new players.
What is it also? Who do you bring in?
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, we've had a couple of teams kind of lose their rosters. Echo Fox, they've kind of split. We've had Splice be a bit iffy. Who do you bring in
from Echo Fox?
Oh, I'm not saying you should bring in anyone from Echo Fox. That'd be a terrible idea, but either way, no, I'm joking. Either way, it's yeah. Yeah.
Oh, as you can see on screen, guys, we do have the little link for a discount if you are looking to buy tickets for the ECS LAN, which is coming up pretty soon, which is quite scary, really, because I think over the next week, I feel a little bit sorry for James and Dan, because we have a lot of EU games coming up, like a hell of a lot. I think G2 have only played 4 maps out of a possible 18, I think it is, so that's absolutely ridiculous. They've got a lot of work to do, so good luck to them. We have a few more maps to come as well. I think LG are going to be sticking with us. I think we have NRG coming up as well. So again, bottom of the board, 2 teams that we're definitely going to be looking towards to say, okay, they need to pick up some points. And I don't know whether this would have been the nail in the coffin, though, for a TSM. I think it may have been.
It's looking likely, but again, it does depend. If they're not at the bottom, whoever's below them could force himself up. Obviously not Complexity, as they have been relegated, but some other teams technically. We need to have a look at the standings later, I guess. But either way, we do have the next matchup coming up shortly. That is going to be, as you said, LG versus NRG. I think we're going to be thrown to a break in a second, and then just going back into the next matchup very shortly.
Yeah.